Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I'm Conostip and this is going to be part 63 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as the Julii. And we are still building up and preparing for the Civil War. I don't know if this is going to be the episode where I'm all ready to go. I'm getting closer, I am. I'm definitely getting closer, but each of these turns is taking... They really do take a long time, you know? I set aside typically 2 hours to record each episode, even though each episode I aim for it to be an hour long, sometimes longer depending on how many edits I have to make. And I am still shocked by how few turns I can get through in each recording session. As I've mentioned before, you know, over and over again, there's definitely a learning curve to picking up a new game and learning the sort of the more sufficient way to play it. I'm still learning new things with Shogun 1 and Medieval 1, for instance. Now, obviously, with those games, I'm at a pretty comfortable place where I can pick them up and play them and have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to organize things and prioritize buildings and training productions and all that. And therefore, it doesn't feel like it takes a long time to make decisions and to get things moving in those games. Of course, there's always going to be times in strategy games where you have to build up, but it feels more streamlined in those games for me. And there's still a learning curve here, definitely here in Rome. Complaining about brigands is only part of the equation here. You know, that does slow things down for sure, having to fight the brigand fights. Finding a way where I can deal with them without having, like, if I could just auto-resolve those, that would be preferable. Having more elite armies in the back that can just sort of run around and smash brigands. You know, like if I just trained up a bunch of... Right now I can train legionary cavalry, for instance. And if I could get those units available, you know, in my rear places. It's tough though, because not even all of my front line armies have legionary cavalry. They take 2 turns to train, so I'm trying to get legionary cavalry out here to my eastern armies. So that's my priority. It's not, you know, I'm not prioritizing legionary cavalry for brigand mop-up duty, you know? It has been suggested that I keep some units in each settlement that aren't just peasants. You know, keep some infantry, keep some ranged units, and then have roaming squadrons of cav that can kind of help out the individual localized garrisons, fight their, you know, provincial brigand fights. So that's definitely an idea. But anyway, so that's like one separate issue is dealing with brigands more efficiently, and from a time, you know, cost efficiency as well. Like try to make these campaigns go a bit faster. But another thing that I sort of need to reflect on is the time that I spend on picking and choosing and managing my settlements, because it's interesting. In Shogun 1, you really don't have to build much in most of the provinces. You only need a handful of localized production centers for your units, and in the other places you can just focus on economy, but even then a lot of them aren't even worth focusing on economy, so you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. And the economy is so basic that there's not much you can build anyway. And then in Medieval 1, it kind of swings out in the different direction, where you can build stuff everywhere, and you probably always should be, because there's so much stuff you can be training when it comes to artillery and ships and agents and military. There's so much stuff to get going on that you probably should be building stuff in every province all of the time. And if you have your trade network set up in Medieval 1, you can't afford to do so. So it's not as stressful to like worry about money at that point. You're just kind of, you're looking at every settlement, every turn, and thinking, what do I have to build? And I guess I know the process for that, so it doesn't seem like it takes that long. Maybe it does, but it doesn't feel like it does. And then in this game, see, the thing is that each turn is extended, because in Medieval, when I am just going to be building a bunch of stuff and I'm kind of taking time in the campaign to not attack and just to build tall, I can just kind of burn through a bunch of turns and not spend time fighting because I don't have to fight if I don't want to. But then in this game, it's hard to burn through those turns because there's always brigands to chase down, and so it's hard. Like in Medieval 1, I can get through, for instance, like 10, maybe even more turns if I'm really just going through it in a 2-hour recording session. And then in this game, it's like, man, I'm like doing 2 turns per episode, maybe just 1. And that's slow. That's slow going. Takes 2 turns to train a lot of units. Takes 2 turns to train some boats. And the buildings take a lot of time to build. So I need to think about, I think, maybe building stuff more like I did in Shogun 1, where I just ignore it in a lot of settlements and just don't build in a lot of these places. Or I should be more, what's the word? More choosy. That's not the word that I want to use, but the more selective and more specialized when it comes to choosing, kind of like in Medieval 2. Not that I've played it, but I'm aware. I'm aware of what the game is. And I'm aware that you can kind of have these city centers that focus on economy, and then you have these castles that focus on military. And then just doing the same thing in this game. Just really making sure that the economy places just don't waste time on building the military stuff. And then vice versa, right? But that comes with having a really good map understanding of what these settlements are going to be making, which of course is difficult, if not impossible, to do in your first couple playthroughs. You know, it takes time to understand what the potential of these places are. Because when you open this game up in the beginning and you look at the trade panel for each settlement, it's hard to understand how that what is that going to build to, you know? It's one thing to look at it now, but then what is it going to be in the future when you have other neighboring provinces that can trade and whatnot? So yeah, these things take practice. It takes time to understand what to build up for economy, what to build up for military. And then in addition to that, it's difficult to stick to that in certain times. Like the beginning of the campaign, it feels like you need troops from everywhere just because, you know, if you only have a handful of settlements and you're fighting multiple front wars, which you shouldn't be, but, you know, if you are, you're going to need at least 2 armies, right? And you're going to need each settlement contributing in some way to that. Whether it's economy focused or not, you're going to need, you know, each settlement producing something. And so that's a little bit difficult. And then if you expand out a bit more, you know, you take a few more settlements and you go, well, geez, now I don't want to bring everything militarily from my core settlements because that's further away. So now I need to develop these settlements and make them contribute something as well. So it's difficult to understand, at least for me, you know, maybe y'all have a better understanding of this, but it's difficult to kind of know, all right, at what point of the campaign do I don't know, make that switch, I guess, to specialized settlements between military and economy and all that. Yeah, anyway, just kind of thinking out loud here. Stuff that I need to get better on and stuff I need to start to realize. I would like to, for instance, like have my economic settlements, they wouldn't just not train stuff, for instance. They would train things. You know, they would have ports, so they would be building boats. They would have markets, so they can be training spies and then assassins. And then also maybe having economic settlements just be the places that have the practice ranges, the high tier ones, you know, build up to the high tier practice ranges so that they can build artillery as well. And then have other high tier practice ranges just for like archers and javelins, for instance. So that, anyway, yeah, just kind of thinking out loud here. I need to come up with better ways to deal with brigands. That's for sure. That's for sure. Anyway, all right. I think we're at the end of this turn. Yeah. Yeah, I already looked at everything before I started recording. Taxes are good. These brigand armies I can't reach. You've already moved and you've already moved. And then this brigand army, I'm training stuff here in Britain. You know what? Actually, I saw these guys down here. You all should just go up there. Yeah. Is it? Are we gonna be okay? Can we do this? Low taxes. Can we do normal taxes? Hell yeah, we can. Yeah, you should just go. Should I train some barbarian cavalry mercenaries? Are you guys cheaper than the barbarian mercenaries? No shit. How did I never notice that? Wow. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I never noticed that. Yeah, I might train those actually, or hire those. This boat's not going to be there in 2 turns anyway. And this is a lot of units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And can we even get... Be nice to get like just a spy. I want to know what this makeup is. Is it, if it's all, you know, if it's like warband and peasants, that's one thing. But if they have like chariots in there, I should know. Yeah, I could get a spy here in Abericum. You're training that stuff. You're training that stuff, and you're training infantry. Yeah, let's just get a spy and go take a peek at them. We have ourselves a suitable husband. Aulus Virius, betrothed to Alphidia. I like both of those names. And he's a 3-star general. He's 17 years old. Good attacker, so 5-star general when he's attacking. All of that is good. So definitely accept you. 8,000 in the treasury. Jesus. Alright, that feels low. And Secundus Algunius. What'd you get? Librarian, +1 influence and +1 management, okie dokie, and Nias Marina. Artist, +1 influence and 10% decrease to cost of bribe. And that's you up here. Okay. And then Quintus Ahala, geographer, 15% to movement points and 10% bonus on tax income. Where are you? You're in Massilia. Perfect. And then Quintus Ahala, he also has the Cherugian, so increases the chances of casualties recovering from their wounds. Alright. Proconsul's Palace here in Carthago Nova as well. That's nice. And Massilia has communal farming as well. Alright. Yeah, that's right. We're trying to get up to huge city levels so that we can train urbans. So we're 0.5%? Jesus Christ. Alright, we're almost there. 21.5. Gotta get up to 24,000. Alright. Keep it going. Should I just build up a, another crop rotation? Get that pop growth up to 1%? We'll see. I don't know what 0.5 of that is, but it you know, obviously gets higher as the pop goes higher, so maybe 0.5 will be enough to get it up there fast enough. How does this spy only have 75% chance of spying on this brigand army? They have some natural defenses against spies? Is that what's going on here? Or do you just suck?
At your service.
1 eyeball. All right, druids, and then warband, peasants. So 4 warband, 1 peasants, druids, and then 2 rebel generals. All right. Yeah, I should bring a balanced army up. So yeah, we got some. Yeah, let's get at least you. So we got Cav coming in from there. Yeah, that should be fine. And we get some early legionnaires from Tara as well. And they have these upgrades as well. That's very nice. Very nice, cool. And now we can come on over to here. And I don't want to fight these guys on the bridge, but I don't think they're on the bridge. Is that a 3-star? 1-star general. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Peasants, warband, and 3 mystery units. I have 2 legionary cav here, but I don't want them to get damaged because I brought these guys all the way from Lugdenham. These guys, I can't train them out here, so I might just bring this army. It'll be fine. Yeah, early legionaries, auxilia, javelins, archers. Yeah, this is fine. We don't need to get any mercenaries.
Attack!
Yeah, 3 peasants, 2 warband, and a general. Easy peasy. I just noticed something as I was setting up my army, and this is kind of neat. It's a cool little detail here. You see the legionaries and even the auxilia, even the light auxilia. These are all the post-Marian units, of course, and look how professional they're acting. Just kind of standing still, not really doing a whole lot. And then back here, we have it's not pre-Marian, but it's a pretty, there's town watch that are just available the entire game, right? And they're the guys back here kind of shouting and banging on their shields and kind of acting a little bit ill-disciplined, sort of like a, barbarian unit would, for instance. And it's kind of an interesting difference, It kind of reminds me, because the pre-Marian units, like the Astadi and the Principe, do this sort of thing, do they not? I think that's how that works. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of a neat difference, kind of showing the difference between the disciplined Roman units and the ill-disciplined units in the back. We have advanced on the enemy, and we have sort of come around them here so that we can try to get on more even ground. I didn't like this approach coming from... it looked a bit more, elevated, I guess. So now we should be in range, and yeah, it's just the 2 warband that I have to worry about. And then on this side, I can bring over my Cav Auxilia. And then on this side, yeah, I got my Roman Cav. I can just kind of hang back here. Don't want to get hit by those warbands. And how are we doing here? Yeah, Jav's getting tossed in. Yeah, you guys can come around here and get ready for a rear charge. And warband going in. Yeah, looks good, looks good, looks good. And you guys can go ahead and just charge on in here, and then you can charge here, and then here. Let's get legionaries up to support against the warbands. And yeah, we're cleaning up there and then there. Yep, they're done for. Run down those warband there, and then you guys go there. And oh yeah, archers probably need to be taken off fire at will. Probably lost most most losses were taken are probably just in the last couple seconds there to archer volleys. Oh dear. Yeah, that's something I need to... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the solution. Just be better at turning my archers off of fire at will when the enemy gets close to my lines, I guess? I don't know. Because you definitely want them to be firing at any rear units that are off in the distance. You just have to have like really good timing for understanding when the break happens, and then when you're chasing to turn your guys off fire at will. It's tough because you just want to be microwaving all of your men to make sure that they're all chasing the right targets. You don't want to be thinking like, don't kill my own men. Like that just seems like unnecessary. They shouldn't do that anyway, but I don't know, just something I have to get used to. It was different. It was different in Shogun and Medieval, but in this game they just keep going. They just keep firing. They're like, we don't care. We just need to get our kills. We don't care where they come from. Looks like the general is going to be going after my Cav Auxilia. Perfect. We can get some jab tosses in on him. And are my archers... Oh yeah, they're not firing right. See, that's why I don't like turning my guys off of fire at will. Because then you forget. That they're not on fire at will. So yeah, now my Cav Auxilia got caught because my archers were not firing the whole time. Feels really stupid. Feels dumb. But let's just, whatever. Let's just go. Let's just get them. Let's turn my guys back off of fire at will. Freaking A.
The enemy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was way easier in Roman Medieval. It was way easier. You just kept your guys on fire at will all the time because you never didn't need that to be, just easier. Less micromanagement. And then, yeah, when the enemy army broke, they stopped firing at them. So if you wanted to tell your missile units to get like a last volley in, you could do that. It wasn't going to be worth much. You weren't going to be getting, you know, a million kills off of that one. You'd get like a couple kills. So like it wasn't a big deal if you didn't get it in. And if they did, great, it was fine. You know, but they wouldn't keep shooting. And so you didn't have to worry about, you know, having your guys that were chasing them down get shot. It was just so much easier. So much easier. And of course, in this game, the units move faster. Everything moves faster. So it's just, you slip up and you don't turn them off right away. And then you lose some guys. Let us now mop up these brigands that did conveniently just pop up here outside of Vicus Venadae. What do we have here? Two warband and some archer warband. So they should not be a problem. All of our archers are now in range of their archer warband right off the bat. Let's make sure they're not shooting at my cav. Or are they shooting at my light auxilia? Perfect. That's exactly the target that I want them to shoot at. That's what they're there for. They got their shields, they can hang out, and they can chuck some javelins in at these approaching warband. Cav auxilia can get up here and throw some javelins into the rear of them as well. Never mind. They just broke immediately. So these guys can get back, and archers can continue to shoot at their archers. Now they want to send forth their general, and he's going to be realizing that he's made a very big mistake here very soon after all of the javelins and pelum and arrows in the world get chucked at him.
Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too.
And are my archers in range of their archers? They are. Alright, perfect. Let's send my cav in after these archers now, and then let's make sure that my archers on group 5, yeah, they're targeting those archers. And let's see, never mind. Alright, let's go. Nope, never mind. Looks like their general rallied, and I did not want to go charging into spears. What we can do is charge into unsupported archers. We can definitely do that. Let's just escort these guys off the map, because we still have some javelins left in these units. And what do you guys want to do? There's 24 of you left. You still got some fight in you? Alright, if you say so. There we go. So we lost 27 men. Seems like it's too many men. Too many men to lose, but that's how it goes. And we will be bringing these guys up to face off against these guys, warband, and 4 mystery units. Okie dokie. Moving on to the next turn, we have ourselves another suitable husband. Betrothed to Aurelia. This is going to be Herennius Mus. Another great name. Gosh, do the Romans ever mess up and make a bad name? They're all great names. Management and command, 1 star or 1 thingy each. Despite the fact that he's 33, I think I'm going to go with it. He's fine. Yeah, +1 law, +1 management for bureaucrat, good defender, +2 command when defending. Yep, that's good. +2 to your general's hit points for been in the wars. Publicly loyal. Yeah, he's fine. And is he going to be out here? Is he going to be with Publius Paterculus? Is that where he's going to be?
Orders?
No, he's not. Okay, he's somewhere else. He's somewhere else. All right, 6,900. Man, we are okay. We're not making money. We're sorry. I mean, we're still making some money, but not a lot. Minervina, one of the wives, has passed away, and Secundus Ulgunius, mining engineer, 25% bonus to mining income. Okay, you are here in Carthago Nova. Is there mining here? There is, right? Okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. And Quintus Ahala, priest to Jupiter. Yep, that's always good. Command and management is always good. Perfect. You're here in Massilia. Awesome. And he also has a treasurer, +2 to management. And Appius Flaminius. This is that's my faction heir, right? Yeah. And what does that do? Gladiator is going to be +1 to personal security and +1 to valor of your general's bodyguards. All right. Is he? Wait, is he the heir or the? Yeah, he's the heir. He's not the general or the leader. Yeah. Right. Got it. And the red team has irrigation. Yes, still trying to get that population growth up. And where are you? Oh, you're in Cordoba. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's probably fine because I think that these armies are going to be ready to set sail pretty soon here. So I have a general there and two... Okay, so I got some people that I can choose from. Because I'm getting to the point where I think... I don't want to, you know, get ahead of myself here, but I'm thinking that I should start to stage my armies. We're close. We're getting close to being able to initiate this civil war. I mean, we can initiate the civil war, but we're getting close to the point where I feel comfortable doing so. Because this is that 4th army that I've been building, and it now has its cav and its dogs. So that's a full army. So that's 4 full armies with the army comps that I want. And then we have the artillery. We're 1 turn away from having the 2nd heavy onager that I want, because I want 2 per Rome and Capua because they have the large stone walls. And I'm fine using... Damn, does Capua dealing with plague? Ugh, damn, that's bad timing. Rome is not. Croton is not. And Trentum is not. Okay. Trentum has... The peasants are revolting here? Jesus. Alright, don't worry guys, I'll be there soon. I'll be there to show you what a real ruler can do. But yeah, the fact that Tarentum and Croton just have the basic stone walls, so that's fine. Yeah, that's what I can use my regular onagers for. So yeah, just 1 turn away from having that finished. Now, do what I want to have... I would like to taste a Gessiga in that initial blitz. I really would. It's right there, you know? It is right there, and it's like wide open. There's like nothing in it. As many settlements as I could take with as little fight as possible is for the best, for sure. Within reason. I still think a Quincum is too far... I think it's too far out of the way. That's quite the salient, I think. However, I mean, damn, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? That's more of an army than I was expecting there to be like nothing. They've been building up here. What do they know? What do they know that I also know? It's kind of like they're preparing for war, doesn't it? It's kind of what that feels like. And have they taken these settlements yet? Yeah, they're taking Campus Getae. They haven't... Working on Campus Scythiae. Yeah, the Thracians are getting pushed back. Guys, you can go fight. It's okay. I'm just hanging out on the bridge. But you guys can go...
Orders.
You know, you guys can go. We got a ceasefire, so we're chill.
At your service.
We are chilling, guys. Yeah, don't worry about me.
Yes.
I'm just taking a peek around your land. That's all. That's all I'm doing there. And we can go up and get rid of those brigands potentially if they let us reach them. So we're just gonna be hanging out here with 3 armies, I guess. But we can possibly bring down a 3rd one, as I mentioned before, to, I don't know, threaten Camp Lazy, guess? Yeah, maybe. That's a good option if they're going to be fighting for this. But then, I mean, I could definitely take this stack, right? Oh, shit, they got some Praetorians. Never mind. That might be kind of scary, yeah. Yeah, that might be kind of scary. Can I get some spies going? Shit, I can't train any spies here in Ficus Marcomanni. Alright, I should probably get some spies going. Anyway, it's something that I kind of forgot about because I have vision on all these Roman territories that my, Roman allies, I can see all of their land. So my first instinct is, oh, I don't need a spy. But then, right, it's still nice to see their army compositions and to get inside of the settlements and maybe let me in. There's a lot of reasons to have spies, right? So I should probably, actually, yeah, here, no, here. Let's get some spies going. Here in Mediolanium for these 4 settlements. And then, yeah, I think that... So Italy, my Italy armies are like very close to being ready to go. We can attack here, like we're ready to go up here.
Orders?
These are legionary cav, they can definitely...
Sir.
Let's bring out...
Orders?
Roman cav can
Leaving the army.
go there.
Sir.
And then one of these legionary cav can go there. That's going to be my faction leader's army. No, just the early legionaries. That's all I have up here, which is kind of... It's kind of brutal, you know? Like, I have my legionaries here in my Italian armies, but... And I have them up here in Evenum. But up here, it's all early legionaries. That's all I have access to, which is, yeah, a little bit rough. So, if the brooding guy pushed me with Praetorians and Urbans up there, it's going to be scary.
Sir.
But we can still take them, I think. Like, you know, where we heavily outnumber them, like here. We can definitely, I think, take them. I'm having a look at my generals here in Iberia, and I'm thinking that the 2 that I want to go with are actually my 2 geezers. Let the old guys get their last bit of glory, eh? Caius Lagunius, he's a 5-star general, and Drill Master... Oh shit, -2 morale. God damn it. You know what? I don't expect his fight to be a difficult fight. You know, whether it's going to be Careless or whether it's going to be Lily Bam. Yeah, there's nothing on Sicily that looks too difficult, so I don't think that his Drill Master trait's going to be too detrimental. And then anything, I mean, still, like 5 stars still helps, definitely. Local hero, +1 morale, that helps mitigate that as well a little bit. Strategic expert, yep, that looks okay. Oh, yeah, he's fine. He'll be fine. He's 55, so he has some time left in him as well. Placus Algunius, he just came of age. He came of age, or did he marry into the family? I think he came of age, maybe. Maybe in the last episode. He can definitely like come in on the follow-up, maybe wave, maybe. Well, let's bring down Caius Algunius right now, and then let's also there's Placus Hufetius as well, who he's an old veteran, 63 years old. He might not make it to this campaign. This oncoming, you know, blitz of the Scipii, but we'll give him a shot. We'll see if he can make it. 3-star general. The thing about him, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, is hypochondriac, that's a bad one. -6 from general's hit points and -1 command when attacking. So, yeah, neither of these generals are perfect by any means, but they're old. Let them have a bit of glory here.
Joining forces.
And like my Eastern armies, these are going to be early legionaries. I am training up some legionaries here in Cordoba, but I don't think they're going to be ready to go in time. Shit, damn. Oh, Placus Hufetius is keeping Cordoba together. his influence is very good. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, luckily, I have a hippodrome here, so I can just get yearly races. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What do we do now? Can we just train a bunch of peasants and will that do the trick? Nope. 60%. Damn. All right. Well, I think I have to bring him back, don't I?
Imperator.
Yeah, I don't think this man can go on campaign. He has to come back to Cordoba. Okay, I can't send him right now. And Hieronymus Moose, the man that married into the family, he's going to have to be going on campaign, which is fine. He's fine. He's going to be great someday. And Cordoba, I mean, the fact that like he's been holding Cordoba together by a thread for this long, and the fact that he is, you know, getting older, that means that Cordoba is going to have to start to spec into happiness stuff to keep it together. So I could get Arena for an additional 5% bonus to happiness. I could get Aqueduct for the 15%. which isn't an additional 15%. That's just an extra 5% on top of that. So either way. What's faster? The arena 3 turns and Aquatech is 5 turns. Let's just get the thing that's faster. Yep. Let's just do that. And they're gonna riot for sure in the next turn, which is tough, but what can you do?
Sir.
As we were making our way up north to assist in taking on the brigands over here in Britain with Servius Ofella, look what popped up, another army of brigands. How about that? 1-star general, and what else are we seeing here? Druids and peasants. Alright, well, his army is not good, but we have 3 Archer Auxilia. Hopefully that is enough to do the trick here.
Prepare for battle.
And we can't reach them. Gosh darn it. Oh well, we can get them in the next turn, hopefully, and then up here.
General.
What about these guys? Will they fight us or no?
Attack.
No, we can't get them. Alright. Oh yeah, I just realized, gosh, that can be really dense sometimes. In the settlements that I'm really trying to, you know, move up and get them up to the huge city level, I should be lowering the taxes. Yeah, duh. Up to 3% population growth there. Yep, that's good. 2% here in Arminium and Massilia. Yep, let's just get them down to low taxes as well. Anywhere else? I think Evenum. Yeah, why not? Evenum as well. Yeah, that looks good. I don't think I need to... Narba Martius. This is where I was getting the ranged units. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I need to lower taxes here. I'm already not making a ton of money, so... Gotta make money some places. Yeah, we got ourselves some rioting here in Cordoba. Nothing too critical, I suppose. Yeah, 1,000 citizens died and 24 soldiers killed. So we have to retrain those legionaries. But the good news is Cordoba's happy now. They just had to get it out of their system and now they're all good. Let's still bring back Flaccus Fufetius. Yeah, let's bring him back. Yeah, you were the only thing keeping this place together, so let's do that. Although I say that, I mean it's only at 75% with him in. Can you leave and are they going to be okay? Oh, they're better. They're better without him.
Orders.
Why are you so bad? +1 to unrest? Oh, that was your fault then. You just did it. You just did that. Well, +1 to law, so that should have mitigated that, right? I don't know. In any case, yeah, you can go ahead and you can join the armies.
Merging armies.
Have fun, and we'll just keep building happiness buildings back here. Hopefully, can I get rid of these peasants, or do I need these guys? Okay. Oh, that made it better. Oh, no, that just made it better when he... yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. So now we can retrain... yeah, I guess... Retrain everything that we can. Well, still recruiting legionaries. Alright, what do we got here? So 1,800 in the treasury. That is not a lot of money. And popularity gained with the masses. Ooh, are we up to 8 now? The mob now know your name and speak of your triumphs with approval. This is a more than hopeful sign and a good basis for consolidating your popularity. Faction announcements. So Numerius Lebo, new family member, and then Nias Marina, Mastersmith, 10% discount on unit training costs. That's going to be you here in Dam. Alright, well I'm not training anything here in Dam, so I should probably move you somewhere else. Quintus Ahala, Pontifex, +1 influence, and what was the rest of it? +1 command, and 10% bonus to popularity with the people. Oh yeah, I need to be getting my characters situated down here to make sure all of these armies have generals. And you are looking like you will be one of them. Yeah, Quintus Ahala is looking pretty good. Publius Corvinus and Araminum has a treasurer. And Marcus Aemilius, grain merchant. And a regular merchant. Where are you? You're in Londinium? Yeah, you're good for money. 4 stars though. It feels kind of like a waste having you up here, but you have those law bonuses that really do help out up here. We have, of course, some more brigands that have popped up, and we have not even gotten rid of the other ones yet. So these guys are going to have to be dealt with eventually, and there's not... Man, these guys were going to be sent off to Britain to help out, but they have enough on their plate just handling these guys. So, I guess that's okay, because by now, yeah, my troops that I was training up here in Britain are ready to go, so that's going to be okay.
Sir,
so let's come down here
engage the enemy.
and let's engage these guys. Yeah, peasants, naked fanatics, druids, and a 1-star general. So this is a pretty scrappy army that I have. Spears, archers, some beat up cav, but still, we should get the job done. The enemy has moved off behind this rock here, which is very annoying, but then they did leave their peasants behind. They just left them there, which is very rude of them, because now they're gonna die. Barbarian mercenary cavalry, go get them. And my infantry can continue to march up here. Here comes the barbarian cavalry, and they're going to be getting right on in there, and the peasants just immediately break. There we go. That's the kind of resolve I like to see in brigands. Just break immediately. Well, it turns out we are right up against the red line here, which I didn't really notice until it happened, but luckily my archers are able to get some shots in right into the naked fanatics, so that is a good target for us. Let's de-group you guys and form up a really narrow, more dense spear line. That seems a bit better. And yeah, these naked fanatics are just disappearing. I mean, if they just want to hang out down there and get shot by my archers, that's fine by me. My archers are my strongest unit in this army, so using them to their full potential is the way to do this. Another way for us to do this is to bring my archers up right here, because they cannot get through these rocks, and now my archers are shooting right down the gap, right into these cav, and that's satisfying. Yeah, that feels good. If they want to charge out at me, I mean, they're gonna have to go through spears, but right now, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make it. Get wrecked, guys. Get wrecked. We lost three guys, really? We had 3 cav die when they charged into those peasants. How? They broke immediately. How did that happen? That's pretty silly. Alright, well, these guys can continue on. I suppose... Do I need to hire some mercenaries? I feel like I might just need a couple more. And they can move on there. And then these boats are going to have to... Since we're not waiting for that army anymore, let's come up here and grab these early legionaries and we can link up with these armies. Now we should be able to take down this army as well. So let's go get them. What do we got? Naked fanatics, warband, peasants, and barbarian cavalry. We have moved up to where our archers and ballistas are in range. We are up against the red line to our left here, and the enemy is advancing. So what do we got? Warband, peasants, fanatics, and barbarian cav. Let's see here. Let's get these auxilia up here, and yeah, you guys can just retreat back and get cav up here as well. You guys don't want to retreat. You just want to take a cavalry charge to the face. That's fine by me. And then here we go. I don't know how Cav ended up in that fight, but there we go. Enemy general is down, and that's nice. Nice and quick. There we go. So what did we lose? 22 men, so we just have to get those guys retrained, and I think that we can just retrain whatever needs to be retrained up here in Domus Dulcis Domus. This is my place where I can train early legionaries. I can't get them here in Vicus Venedae, so I'm kind of bringing them all down from here.
Orders.
And that's fine. Yeah, I can just get these guys retrained. That works out. What needs to get retrained? Light auxilia. Mostly just that. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's just bring these guys out.
General.
Bring you in.
Forward.
Go ahead and retrain these guys. Perfect.
Orders. Orders.
Yeah, that looks good.
Orders.
And then I want to bring that army back down to replace this army. I want those ballistas on this bridge. And then I want this army to finally be able to get off the bridge so that they can get retrained as well. Yeah, this army could use a little bit of fine-tuning. It's mostly okay, but I don't want it stuck out there.
Sir.
I will say, it's interesting that there's been like no brigands out here in Iberia this entire time. I feel like since I've conquered it, it's just been, I mean, pretty quiet out here, knock on wood, you know, but it is interesting. It's a funny thing because when I looked into the game code and I was looking at like why brigands spawn or whatever, because I was trying to find if it had anything to do with the law of the land, like my law bonuses or the governance or the taxes or whatever, because people have suspected certain things about this. And I couldn't find anything in the game code that suggested these things. Now, I don't want to like say that as if that's like an actual definitive answer, because maybe I just didn't find the thing. I just couldn't find, I couldn't find anything that suggested that. What I did find was that it had to do with the size of the provinces. So it's like, it was saying that, you know, it depends on, like the map has a certain amount of brigands, the entire map that is has a certain amount of like brigand cap, and it just checks to see if that brigand cap has been met, and if it hasn't, then it spawns a new random brigand army. And typically they don't want them, like the game doesn't try to have them next to capitals, it tries to kind of put them further away from capitals, which means that they usually don't spawn in smaller provinces. And that does track because, for instance, in my Egypt campaign, down here in Arabia, I'm just getting nonstop, like as soon as I kill one brigand army, there's another one, because it's probably the biggest province, maybe one of the biggest provinces. So it's just nonstop, you know. Whereas, you know, in other places that are smaller, you don't get them as often. So that does track, you know, like I've never gotten one in Salamis here in Cyprus, you know, so that does track. But then there's other places where, like if we look at the size of the provinces here in Iberia compared to the size of the provinces over here in like Western Europe, look, they're not that much bigger, but they are a little bit bigger, right? So you would think that there would be some down here compared to, I mean, we get a lot up here. So it's interesting. It is an interesting thing. You know, I wonder if it does. I know people have suspected that the watchtowers have something to do with it. I know that they tend to gravitate towards watchtowers, and then they essentially turn them off. But I got plenty of watchtowers down here in Iberia too, so I don't think that has anything to do with it. But then up here it's just like nonstop. Like why? Is it because? And I wonder. I don't know. Is it because the provinces are more, I was going to say they're pretty spaced out down here. So it's not like the province spacing. And I don't mean province spacing, but I mean like the settlement spacing within the provinces. Yeah, it's interesting. It really is. It's kind of confusing thing. Like, why are there so many up here? It's just nonstop. And then, like, you know, barely any in Britain before this popped up. So, yeah, it does seem like there's places in the map where it's very, very rare. Even though I am getting towards the end of this recording session, I do want to... I want to play one more end turn. And I have to say, I actually did get through a handful of turns in this episode, which feels good. What was it, like 4, maybe? What do we have here? Pontus, sieging Palmyra. Oh, Pontus took Palmyra. Interesting. Okay. They might be doing kind of good. Egypt is falling apart between Pontus and the Scipii. All right, what do we have here? Betrothed Helvia, suitable husband. Kaiso Ennius, age 35, true Roman. 5% bonus to popularity with the Senate and +1 influence. Yeah, I mean, 35 is a bit old for, you know, for 1 influence and true Roman, but sure, why not? Don't want to break Helvius's heart, right? Just let her have him. Yeah, that treasury, man, that's getting low. All right, yeah, it's time for war soon. 974. That's what we got. And Senate offices assigned. Perfect. Just in time for us to start a civil war, right? So yeah, Pontifex Maximus for our faction leader. Yeah, that's awesome right there. +5 influence. Perfect. Love to see it. And then Praetor for Cornelius Vitruvius. That's you over here in Vicus Vanadae. 62 years old. So yeah, you're reaching the end. +2 to law, +1 management. I'll take it. Aedil, Oppius for Oppius Corvinus. That's 70 years old up here in Mogantiacum. And that's going to be that law and management. Again, good. Love to see it. Anything else? All right. All right. And retinue expands for Cornelius Elagabalus. Holy shit. Have I seen you before? Oh, you're a like a spy or an assassin or something. Got it. Okay. I was like, who are you? Cornelius Elagabalus. Yeah, that's a spy's name. Definitely made that one up. That's a fake name right there. Placus Algunius. Silk merchant over here. Yep, hanging out, making some money. Love to see it. Love to see it. And Publius Corvinus, Pontifex. So that's going to be you here in Araminium. And you're going to be leading one of these armies here. So you better get your shit together. Yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good. 3 stars is fine. And same guy has grain merchants, so increase the rate of population growth. Publius Corvinus. Same. Okay, so yeah, same guy. Got it. Got it. And he got a lot of stuff. +1 command when commanding cavalry. All right. Yeah, all right. All right. Yeah, I'm just continuing to get to train stuff and build stuff, which makes, you know, I understand why my economy is tanking, but yeah, it's kind of rough. All right, let's get these spears in here. So this is like the one army that's a little bit behind. It's fallen behind a little bit here. But we're gonna be getting the cav going in Araminium. But it's yeah, I do want to blitz Segestica. That's the thing. I do want it. I mean, I could train up. Ooh, I could get those. Oh, I want some repeating ballistas. I want those. But I need the. What kind of walls do you have? Yeah, you have the epic or large or some shit, don't you? Yeah, large stone walls. I need the heavy onagers here. Shit. Okay. Okay, I need at least one of those to take Segestica if I'm going to blitz it. I probably don't need both, but I should have both just to be safe. It hurts, it's hard, but I should do the right thing. And then over here, we're like ready to go. We got my artillery here, artillery. So we got some ballistas and onagers that can help out. You can either come or you can stay. I haven't decided yet, but these armies are ready to go. Boom and boom, they can drop on these fleets. I can set my artillery on my smaller fleet. This army is ready to go. They got some artillery here. They can jump on, it's just one boat, but they can be sieging Karalos on the first turn of the war, so we don't have to worry about that boat being sunk. So that's fine. Let's get these guys over here. And these elite auxilia are going to be going to Patavium. And then, yeah, these armies are ready to go. We just have to get our generals in their armies. We'll leave them in there until the last moment, of course, because they're providing their economy boosts to their respective settlements. But yeah, Appius Flaminius, he's going to be going, and Publius Corvinus, yes. Quintus Tuditanus, you'll be the Patavium commander. You may as well, right? So you'll be taking Segestica. And then you'll be hanging out Cassius Nasica. Yeah, you don't have any command traits, but you're just going to be hanging out in Ionum. And then Manius Tuditanus as well. You'll be coming down and you'll be commanding one of these armies as well. And we will be blitzing Italy, and that should happen in the next turn. We can blitz Lovosic as well. We got the artillery here ready to go. My faction leaders are ready to go in this army, and they can come on down. Backup units ready to go. Decimus Minucius is ready to be, he's like a backup army. In fact, he can like rush down and take the bridge. And then there's this army that's moving away, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Move out, Imperator.
And then this army here, they're ready to go as well. Let's see, do they have... Yeah, it's like a mid-tier army, but it has all the right pieces. So let's just bring everything except for those Town Watch, and let's bring them over here.
No more moves, sir.
So you have room for those 2 Arcani. Perfect.
General.
Let's do that. And let's go here. So yeah, just having another backup army here. Again, not super high tier stuff, but like, you know, it's gonna be okay. And then Arcani coming over here. Yeah, this is looking okay. I like the looks of it, and I like the progress that I've made. It's funny because I was talking about how I feel like, you know, spending all the time that I've been spending on choosing building projects has really slowed me down. And here's an episode where I've been too poor to build stuff, and I've fought a fair bit of brigands in this episode as well, but I actually got through a little handful of turns here, so kind of proves my point right, you know? All those buildings that I've been doing, it really has slowed me down. Yeah, it really has. Let's bring, yeah, peasants can go hang out there. But we're almost like, I think I do want those 2 heavy onagers in Patavium. And it does suck that I do need to get this building, this Proconsul's Palace going here in Osca. That's been waiting for this entire episode, and I just still haven't had the money to build it. Which is a shame, it is. And it does make me wonder too, because so my economy is in the pits now, which is for as many armies as I have on the field, that makes sense. However, the Roman factions are my trading partners, and when I go to war with them, we will no longer be trading, obviously. And there's no one else that I can border that I can trade with, other than the Thracians up here, but that's not a lot of money. So I have to imagine that I'm going to be losing a lot of money from trade. Now, the good thing with this game is that there is internal trade. My ports do trade with my other ports, which is very nice. It's a nice difference that was made in this game as opposed to medieval, where ports can only trade with other factions' ports, which is such a weird thing, you know? Like, why is there no internal trade? Ports-wise, there's internal trade in medieval with the trading posts, but not with ports, which is like, yeah, like why? So it's not like, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how screwed my economy is going to be, or will the taking of these settlements be enough to offset the difference? I'm very curious, you know, because if I take these 4 settlements plus Carolus and plus Lovosic in my initial blitz, and my economy is still like not fine, you know, and Segestic as well. And if I'm still kind of like, uh-oh, I can't build anything or retrain anything. That's going to start to get kind of scary. Now, with the forces that I have, I can continue that blitz and take Sicily, all 3 of those settlements, as well as maybe nipping off some sort of lightly defended Bruttii settlements, like maybe Salona. Depending on the naval situation, maybe I can kind of nip off some settlements down here around Greece, or even Camp Lazy Guess as well. That's another option. So there's going to be options where I can kind of nip around the edges if I'm really broke, but I can't really build stuff or retrain stuff. I don't think I'll be completely screwed. I think that I can still, you know, find places to make gains here or there. But I'm not going to be wanting to exterminate these people and making these big cash grabs because they're going to be Roman people. You know, these are my people. I don't want to, you know, massacre them. And I won't have to deal with the Roman cultural penalty because I'm Roman. So that's not going to be an issue. I'm not going to be dealing with a culture penalty. I shouldn't have too many issues maintaining a public order in these settlements that I'm conquering. And by keeping the people alive, that should be better in the long term because that's going to be more tax money than I'm making. Sure, I won't be getting the big cash grabs initially that I could be getting, but the tax revenue should be good. I'm curious though. I am curious because I don't know. I don't know the answers. I'm just hoping, I'm just crossing my fingers there and hoping that it all works out. Wow, I just had it crash to desktop. That's been a long time since that's happened in this game. Yeah, alright. Well, that's a good time to end this episode. Perfect timing. Alright, so before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and maybe even becoming a channel member. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been Constip playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.